So the judge is refusing to throw this out because, again, rightly so, there's something there. I want to go back to that article here in Politico where we see the judge is questioning whether New Jersey Representative Lamonica MacIver was illegally targeted by the Trump administration. And his answer was no, because, you know, when you look at the rest of them and you see what else was going down, you, honey pie, were no different than anyone else. A federal judge appeared skeptical of New Jersey Democrat Representative Lamonica MacIver's attempts to get charges against her dismissed because they are, quote unquote, according to her, selective or vindictive. So this is a judge, by the way, who was a Biden appointee. Okay, so he's not a Trump guy, but he has a brain. And he asked, well, how could he reach this conclusion that the Trump administration was somehow targeting her specifically when, in fact, there were other representatives like Coleman and Menendez who were also there, but they were not prosecuted. In other words, had nothing to do with the fact that she's a Democrat and everything to do with it. She's throwing her weight around, literally. So they had a 2-hour hearing. His name is Semper. Again, as I said, an appointment by Joe Biden. And he basically said, you don't make any sense. I told you she needs more money. She needs some legal help. She needs to go get Letitia's attorney, Abby Lowell. He charges a pretty penny because, you know, he represented Hunter Biden. She argues that the charges that she assaulted 2 Homeland Security officers, according to an article in Politico I'm reading to you, and impeded their work should be dismissed because of the Constitution's speech or debate clause, which grants members of Congress a form of immunity that is mostly impenetrable in investigations relating to the official duties of lawmakers. So she's like, I'm just doing my duty. I'm just out there doing my duty, and I have to occasionally get a little fisticuffs in there. She's not doing her duty. Give me a break. That woman's not doing her job. She could have made an appointment like any other normal human being. Instead, she chose this. I can't believe this. You see it? Okay, but the one that you really need to see is coming up. That one. And then if you slow it down, boom. Right? Oh, whoa. Okay, like that is a problem. And guess what's going to happen? The jury's going to watch that tape and the jury's going to come to its own conclusion. I imagine the jury's going to say, yeah, you kind of smacked the guy and you can't do that. You can't do that, especially as a member of Congress, if you think about it. The judge repeatedly came back to the fact, again, that Watson, Coleman, and Menendez, they were all there. None of them were charged. They were all in the same group, okay? And none of them wound up using the right hook. Okay, Monica, I'm sorry you dressed in red that day. Unfortunately for you, you did what you did. She's trying to campaign off of this, trying to get money. Like, she matters nowhere in terms of the Democrat Party. Look at AOC. Unfortunately, AOC is like killing it on fundraising, nearly $10 million. Lamonica has to date $147K to try and pay for her bad legal advice. Here's what she has overall. AOC nearly $12 million, Lamonica $669,000. So she is struggling, but you know what? I don't feel bad for the lady. I really don't. No. Not when I see behavior like that. When I see that, I am in full agreement with the judge. And so this means she's going to trial now. He's refusing to throw out this case. A Biden-appointed judge says, lady, you got nothing. And he's right. Listen, we got some good news coming out of Asia. I love seeing that. Looks like some deals are getting done and things might be thawing a little bit. Let's hope with China, although there is an effort to get our arsenal up and running. You know what? What's the expression? Walk softly, but carry a big stick. You want to make sure that the United States has a really big stick, okay? And that is something that Donald Trump is committed to doing, so I don't have a problem with that. It is great to have you guys all here. Thank you for everything you do to make this show the success it is. If it weren't for your patronage and your ability to be here every day and hitting the bell, right? So you know when I'm live, this wouldn't be happening. Thank you again. I'll see you back here live on the Trish Regan Show tomorrow.